Alright, what is up everybody? This is Bobby Gaines here. It is officially day 4 of Christmas Central setup here, and don't want to get too ahead of myself, but things are looking nice. But of course it's not really a Christmas Central until we start filling these shelves here. Now I'm not going to do too much, but I'm going to put up the first 2 Christmas Village pieces, whatever you want to call them. And I'm picking these 2 in particular for a very significant reason. Now this guy here is the Owl's Nest bookstore. It's been in the collection for literally ever. My Nonie gave this to me back in 1998. It is the first Christmas house I ever received. It's always been part of something. And back in the late 90s, yes, it should be no surprise that I loved Christmas then, but also my Nonie gave me this. And the plan was to give me a Christmas house every year, and that actually was the case for about 5 or 6 years. And I would say I've accumulated about a dozen of them in that fashion, whether from my Nonie or my great aunts back in late 90s, early 2000s. Obviously, I went ahead and bought my own for several years after that, and slowly turned Christmas Central into the conglomerate you see today, for lack of a better word. Conglomerate, that's a fun word. I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in. I'm not even saying this is the final placement for it. But it is, very fitting to me that this is the first one I put up for the Christmas Central that kicks things off here in this new location at Nonie's house. It just seems right that this is the one. I don't even know if it shows up on camera. But as for the second one, this is a new one. So now we're going from the very first to the very last, to the very most recent. This is a brand new spinning carnival ride. I have no idea how good this is going to turn out. They always look amazing on the box, and then you plug them in and you don't know what you're going to get. But we're going to do this live as well. I'm not doing obviously I'm not doing a whole live stream thing, because even I don't know how this is all going to turn out. So I'm just kind of taking this piece by piece, step by step. So it's very nice already. Going to be very careful unboxing it. Already this kind of has a feel of I don't know, it reminds me of the Christmases of 2013, 14, when I was still kind of new to Christmas Central. Not extremely new, but new enough that, it wasn't just oh yeah, plug this in, put this here, whatever. And, I'm ready to build something new right now. In a new place. It's kind of funny with this angle, this camera angle, it kind of just looks like the old Christmas Central location, like it's just a wall and the shelving. You really can't tell that we're in a whole new house, but obviously I'll be showing that off more another time. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out. Ooh, he's a big boy. So this is kind of, this is where I ended up going, Kind of remember where you came from and where you ended up? Well, no better example than, old-timey Christmas house, bookstore, really nice, elegant-looking piece. Not saying this isn't nice, too. This is kind of the direction we went in more recent years. More, what would you call this? Over-the-top, rocket ship, fun time, whatever. Yeah, you know what? I don't care. I'm unapologetically about the fun, about the excitement of Christmas season. And at the same time, you look at this thing, it purposely looks old. That is a hallmark of Christmas decorations. Hallmark, didn't mean to make that one. Is that they do look, old. They look like they're from the 1800s or whatever. I'm not even determined the final spot for this, but I am thinking, not determined it, but I'm thinking it might go here. This is called the Starship. And in case you can't tell, this particular Christmas Central setup is going to be a little different. We're going to have the usual mix of city and village stuff, but also some new stuff. So this is the first. There's really not that many new things in this year's setup, but there are a couple new things, and this is one of them that I was excited to show off. So we started with the very old and still awesome Owl's Nest bookstore. Been in every Christmas Central. And now we're moving on to the Starship. This will be my first time seeing it. So, this I've seen a million times. I still love it, but I've never seen the Starship. So I still remember, I think it was Christmas 2019, or, yeah, it was the first year I had the roller coaster. I had the big, you still have it, the big Cyclone roller coaster, one of my favorite pieces. I did all this, set it up, powered it on. It didn't work. Or, the track got stuck or something. It's live TV, right? You don't know what's going to happen with it. And let me just take a look here. Cable management becomes very important in these things. Not so much right now, but as I start adding more and more and more stuff, I'm going to want, cable management, how I hide the cables, how I plug them in and everything. A lot of Christmas Central runs on only a couple circuits. I think I've mentioned this before. It's, as streamlined as it can be. There's still going to be some things, some snags here and there. Again, this part, though, building what I call the Christmas shelving, whatever you want to call this. Like, this part is pretty obviously old hat to me. So I kind of know what I'm doing here. It's going to be more applying changes throughout the room. And, okay, one flaw I see already in this is that this thing takes up a ton of outlets, or it could. So I might use my last remaining outlet here. Plug this guy in. Hit myself on the shelf. That hurt more than it should have. Alright. Let's go ahead and find the switch. Again, patent pending. This is what I mean. Okay. Oh yeah, we were off to the races. Now that is on mode number 1. So my guess is on mode number 2 is going to involve music. Sure is. Why is that always the song that plays? It's always that clinky version of Jingle Bells. Like, yeah, I get it, Jingle Bells is iconic, but like, it's always that same one. It's like, I'm just gonna let this go for a little bit while I pack up the pieces, because I'm not ready to close out the video just yet. But like seriously, why is that the version? I'm not saying it's like a terrible version, but I am kind of saying that actually. It's not a very good version, but we'll see what it transitions into. I know some of these have like 2 modes where they do like Christmas music or carnival music. It seems like this is just Christmas music or no music, which, given this, I'm going to say no music might be better. But that is pretty awesome. I'm very excited about that. There's going to be more to come very soon. Okay, this at least has a little more fidelity to it, right? Little trumpet synth. A little more bounce to it. Same kind of predictable Christmas song, but alright. Funny thing is, I love Christmas music. I'm not going to make any denials about that, but I get kind of tired of these, Wish You a Merry Christmas, Let It Snow, Jingle Bells. We've all heard those a million times. They're good, but what's this one? Sounds nice, but again, 90% of the time this thing's going to be in the no music mode. Let me just go ahead and do that now. That sounds like Silent Night. It's not actually bad. The other thing is I've got 3 or 4 things in here that could play music, so you really don't want those all on top of each other. So yeah, there we go. We get the same effect now, but without the music. And I might have to work on positioning for that, because that obviously this thing takes up a ton of space, and I kind of knew that going in. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with having like a big thing like this for the main piece, because I just feel like I wanted to do something new. With everything else, that's already changing, with one new thing, right? One more new thing. So, there you go. That was your part of your live demonstration here. Christmas Central 2025. Again, we're just on day 4, and I could not be any more excited about how it's going. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit more of that. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, Christmas 2025 just getting underway here.